I think you're getting that. Yeah, it's free. It was in the bleachers, it was shaking. What do they normally say? They normally slide over and pull back. On top of the table. Put it up there on the table. So they, Brittany. Hey, Brittany. Apparently, it literally sit right there on the table. That's what she said.
That's what they usually do. Sit it back right where your elbow is.
Back here? She stands here. With the person filming stands back here. So yeah, apparently it's supposed to sit up here, and then you just move it, because otherwise it's too close to the corner to get right down. Yes, you have the chair. We can slide it. Slide it.
He's standing.
Okay, you just saying he would have to stand. Okay. Yeah, you stand. Test, test. Test, test, test. Still getting it, right? Leave them both down real quick. Leave that one up. Still getting it, right? And it's picking up the starter. computer's mic. Like with your computer. Yeah, the mic.
Where's that?
Audio manager. Yeah, it's not audio manager.
This?
Audio manager. Turn it on it's already muted, right?
Yeah.
That's speaking. There's got to be a way to use that mic here.
I don't know why it's not picking it up.
Is that what we are using?
No, we should be using a USB. It's not good enough.
Right here. Right?
What was it on? The phone microphone?
No, it was on the real tap. Can you go to the other one or not?
It didn't do anything. How'd you get into it?
Go ahead, you put it on the USB, we're going to actually hit pause. Let's have silence detection. Where's that do that?
Something just cut off.
Thank you for demonstrating good sportsmanship this evening by cheering supportively for your agency and not booing or taunting players, officials, or opposing fans. Please note that no food or drink is permitted in the gymnasium. We hope that you have an enjoyable evening.
Where are we at?
Basketball.
I went into settings.
Now please stand for the pledge of our national anthem sung by Robert Lewis.
Oh, can you see by whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The starting lineup for the Indians is Virginia, Cole, Ryan, Senior, number 11, Dylan Moser, Senior, number 12, Senior, 23, Brandon Alvarez, and Senior, 33, Mark Lover. The Indians are coached by Tom Hoffman and assisted by T. Davis, Nick Houston, and Mario.
Definitely not coming from there. It could be coming
And now for the starting lineup for your home, Greencastle. Senior, Jason Freeman. Junior, number 14, Ethan Bell. Sophomore, number 23, Thomas. Sophomore, the Meadows are coached by Rick Lewis and assisted by Dustin Engel, David Mattis.
silent that time. It's probably because we did something there. You were able to get him.
I don't know where it is.
Testing, 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 testing.
So when I put that silence on, it goes away.
Mics work? Mics work? So I guess it's not registered. It's not.
Oh, you know what? There's a delay. I was doing testing, and it was working, even with the silence on. I kept saying testing, testing. I could hear it on my phone just now.
Now I changed the microphone settings. Now pick up the game again.
Well, I put it back. I put it back on non-silence.
Test, 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 test. Test. Well, it's not picking me up at all. Test, test. Test, 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 test. It's not picking me. Like, I can't hear myself. Yeah. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Test. What did you change?
Get back to that screen you were on. Settings, I guess it was. With the microphone, USB audio codec, that's what we've always used it for.
Right, that's what I was doing.
And it was on microphone, so I guess it was picking up the microphone on the computer.
Yeah.
Not that.
Did you hear that?
You know, they have to restart.
I just heard test. It was a line. I'm trying to get a line and it won't go live.
Test, test. Something's not plugged in here, James.
Oh yeah, you're plugged in.
Can you hear yourself? Test, test, test. Test, test, test.
So it's not live. It's not on the line. That's the problem. It's a live thing. I can't get it live.
Well, now our
Microphones aren't even working.
All right,
What's it supposed to be on here? I have no idea. That's just that's the monitor. Shouldn't affect.
so it's definitely working. When you hear test, test, test.
I could hear test,
Well, it's a delay.
but it's there. All right, so if we get put your mic on, you can't hear yourself.
Test.
Test, test, test. Our headset isn't working. Test, test, test. I mean,
Trying to.
we just can't hear each other. Did we change anything here? Do you have any idea? So it's working, but we can't hear ourselves.
Are the headphones turned up?
They are.
Here, hang on. Let me see something. Try now. Can you hear yourself now?
Now what? Do we have something?
Test,
that,
test.
Yeah, I can hear.
Test, test.
Can you hear me? How about now? Yeah. How about?
How about there?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I can
Okay.
hear. Okay.
I think we're good.
All right. Well, that was interesting.
Take it. Just make sure. Can you hear it? And it's perfect. All right, I think we're good. All right, thanks.
Well, we're live, and we had some major technical difficulties there. For those that are listening and trying to bear with us, we do apologize.
All right, so sorry for the technical difficulties there. We are midway through the first quarter with the Indians leading 9-6. Berman with the ball out to Alvarez. Over to Ryan. Ryan puts up a three, and that's good. And the Indians are now up 12-6 with 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Freeman attacks the bucket, and could have been a foul there as he puts in a two-pointer to cut the lead to 4. And it looks like we have a warning on Coach Hoffman for being out of the box. Bear with us here, guys, as we get rolling. We're not exactly sure of what's been going on in the game.
Yeah, I was trying to keep up on some of the points that have been scored so far. It looks like Ryan has 5 and Alvarez has 2, but that seemingly only makes 7.
Clever shot is blocked by Echo of Greencastle, and the three-pointer is good for Lewis as the lead is now at 1 for the Indians. Greencastle in a 3-2 zone. Berman with the ball in the corner, skipped over to Ryan. Ryan attacks middle, kicks it to Berman, who swings it around to Brown, and his three-pointer is off the mark. Hunter Clever comes down with the offensive rebound, kicks it out to Alvarez. He drives baseline, and it looks like we're going to have a foul on one of the Blue Devils. Not sure who that one was on.
Yeah, I'm not. I think it was on 5. But I'm not positive.
Looks
Big 3 by Alvarez.
Big 3 by Alvarez, and Kobe Jones-Green just stepped over the line for Greencastle on the inbounds, and the ball is going to go back to the Indians, up 15-11 with 2:13 to go. Inbounded to Berman underneath the bucket.
Nowhere to go with 3 minutes surrounding them. Good opportunity to get that one out of there.
Ryan for 3 off the mark. The offensive board is pulled down by Clever again. Ryan gets the Indians organized over to Alvarez for a deep 3, and that's going to be off the mark. Berman pulls down the offensive board for the Indians. Inside to Clever. Ryan's second 3 attempt is good for the Indians as the Indians go up 18-11 with 1:40 to go here in the first.
Several strong offensive rebounds by Waynesboro there to get those extra possession points.
Echo's 2-point attempt off the mark for the Indians, or for the Blue Devils. Indians back the other way. Lob pass to Alvarez.
Oh, wow.
And that's going to be an offensive foul on Alvarez, but
I'm not sure how. He got a rebound and went up strong, and I don't think the referee liked it for some reason.
looks like there's a little bit of words being exchanged. Not sure who they're between, honestly, but
I think it was the referee and Alvarez by the looks of things, but I'm not sure why.
Freeman brings the ball up the court for the Blue Devils. Over to Lewis, who is going to attempt a 3. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Alvarez. Alvarez goes the length of the court, off the mark. And Kobe Jones-Green was battling for the ball, and there was a little bit of words there between him and Clever of the Indians.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that looked like it was a kind of controversial call, to say the least.
The Indians in their full court press is normal. Freeman brings the ball up the court for the Blue Devils. Freeman guarded by Garrett Hare. Tries to go one-on-one, kicks it over to Lewis. Inside to Anderson. The ball's going to be stolen, loose ball. Tie up on the floor as neither the Blue Devils or the Indians wanted to give it up there. Not sure who got the tip because we were having technical difficulties, but
yeah, and I think that it was a foul on 44, to be honest.
They didn't call it on him.
No, I think they did.
Oh, that's two
yeah.
on. That's 2 on Kobe Jones-Green.
Yeah, they
did. You're right.
He was pretty adamant about the push.
Indians now have the ball as the Blue Devils are in a 2-3 zone now.
Looks like they're going to hold for the last shot with only 33 seconds left in this quarter.
Indians up 18-11 with a little under 30 to go here in the first quarter. Just under 20.
Looks like Ryan and Sims are quite happy to play the two-man game here to get it down to about 10 and Ryan to operate.
Ryan, deep three, off the mark with 5 seconds. That's going to give the Blue Devils a chance on the other end.
He's going to have to heave this.
It is up. Oh, off the mark. So we're going to take our first break here at the end of the first quarter. The score is 18-11, Indian favor.
Banking done your way. It's more than just words to F&M Trust. It's a real commitment to you. F&M Trust is more flexible, more responsive, and a lot more satisfying to work with. So if your bank hasn't been doing things your way, visit fmtrustonline.com.
At Summit Sports Medicine, we understand that injuries don't always happen during business hours. That's why I, Dr. Michael Day, am here for you when you need it. I'll use my advanced training in sports medicine to get you back to what you love safely. An injury doesn't have to sideline your sports career. For the expert care you deserve, call Summit Sports Medicine, day or night, at 1-844-SHS-TEAM. Again, that's 1-844-SHS-TEAM. Our team is here for you.
We at the Owls Club, 87 West Main Street, Waynesboro, proudly support the Waynesboro Indians basketball team, as well as academic and all sports endeavors throughout the year at Waynesboro Area Senior High School.
All right, welcome back here at the beginning of the first quarter. The score is 18-11, Indian way. Campbell with the ball in the corner. It looks like the Blue Devils are in a box and one. Maybe a triangle and two, excuse me. Shot attempt there was Aiden Campbell, and it's going to be off the Indians, and the ball is going to go back to the Blue Devils.
Waynesboro crowd starting to get a little bit anxious here with some of the calls from the referees. You're starting to hear some boos from the Waynesboro side of things.
And that's Anderson for 2 for the Blue Devils, as the lead is now at 5 for the Indians. Indians back the other way quickly. Skipped over to Berman. Berman's pass down to Campbell for 2. Derek Berman to Aiden Campbell for 2. Indians in their press. And the 3 is off the mark for Freeman as the Indians come back the other way. And that's going to be a foul. I think that one's going to be on Lewis. Yeah, that's Lewis's first foul of the evening. Indians will inbound under their own bucket. Clever thought about a 3. Berman over to Clever, who shoots a 3, and that's going to be blocked by Miller of the Blue Devils, and he's going to come back the other way. Alvarez altered the shot. The Indians back the other direction. And Ryan's pass is stolen. And then Freeman's pass is stolen. Good hustle by both teams.
Absolutely, but at the same time, not necessarily the best ball control. Little helter-skelter action back and forth there.
So the Indians are up 20-13. Lewis's 3 attempt is off the mark for the Blue Devils. The Indians back the other direction. Ryan misses the layup. Anderson comes down with the rebound for the Blue Devils. And it looks like Alvarez is going to pick up.
Nah, that's going to be on Ryan. That was a senseless foul. He just kind of bumped him. Didn't move his feet.
So the Indians have 5 fouls, 1 for each of the players that are currently in. Freeman with the ball up top, guarded by Berman. Anderson calling for it on the block. Lewis penetrates and kicks to Miller, and his shot's off the mark, rebounded by Alvarez.
Greencastle's got some good looks here, even in the second quarter. Just ain't able to knock them down at this point. Good pass.
Good pass by Alvarez and to Campbell, and he was unable to catch it cleanly.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't able to keep hold of it because he was open for a second, and with the bobble, it allowed the guy to come and give him the push in the back for the two shots.
So Campbell will head to the line for two shots here. Campbell's first attempt is good. Campbell's second attempt is up. Off. I thought it was off the mark, but it went in.
Got the shooter's roll on that one.
Blue Devils back the other way quickly. Echo's shot is good for 2, as the lead is now at 7 for the Indians with 5:20 to go. Berman, good pass to Hunter Clever, and that's going to be an and one for Hunter Clever as he will head to the line to shoot 1, and it looks like the foul's going to be on Anderson of the Blue Devils.
I do believe that Clever's had several of those and ones throughout the season, continuing that trend here tonight.
So Kobe Jones Green is going to check back into the game with 2 fouls for the Blue Devils.
Oh,
off
big
the mark.
rebound.
Big rebound by Campbell of the Indians to control the possession. Alvarez pull-up jumper off the mark, rebounded by Freeman of the Blue Devils, and he pushes back quickly the other direction. Echo, good catch on the other end, but unable to finish. And we're going to have a foul on one of the Indians. Not sure who that one's going to be on.
I think that's going to be on Clever.
So that's Clever's second foul, as Brown will check in for the Indians. Indians up 24-15 with 4:57 to go as the Blue Devils inbound under their own bucket. Freeman with the ball up top. Over to Cole. Noblet now has the ball for the Blue Devils up top. Picked off by Alvarez. He's going the other direction. Tries to dunk it, and he misses the dunk. Rebounded by Kobe Jones Green, and that's a quick 2 points on the other end for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, unfortunately, that he had somebody contesting him for sure.
And it looks like we're going to have a
technical foul
on Ethan Miller, number 14 of the Blue Devils. I think he was talking to Alvarez about his missed dunk.
He was definitely taunting Alvarez for the missed dunk, for sure.
Brian will step to the line to shoot the technical free throws for the Indians. I don't want to jinx him here, but he's pitching a perfect game this season.
100% from the line. Hopefully this isn't the classic commentator jinx here.
Okay, so he still
stays true so far.
As Ryan hits the first. Ryan's second attempt is good. As the Indians are now up 9, 26-17 with 4:24 to go in the half.
Cole leading all scorers at this point with 10 points. He's got 2 threes.
Indians inbound. It looks like the Blue Devils are in a triangle and 2. They're shadowing Alvarez and Ryan, which we saw that last time the teams met.
Yeah, they did a little bit of both, box and 1 and triangle and 2.
Berman drives
strong take.
Baseline, and it's all going to be off the mark. Kobe Jones Green comes down with the rebound for the Blue Devils, and they're back the other direction quickly. Freeman hands it off to Noblet.
Almost got a front row seat.
The ball's going to be out of bounds on the Blue Devils, and it'll be Indian basketball. Indians up 26-17 with 3:53 to go in the first half.
I think the folks watching online right now can thank Echo for continuing to be able to watch, because if he wanted to dive for that one, we would have been out of commission for at least a quarter trying to put things back together, I'm afraid.
Berman's three-pointer attempt was off the mark the other way. Blue Devils back the other direction. Lewis with the ball up top, guarded by Ryan.
I haven't seen how many steals. I haven't looked at the stats lately. Alvarez is averaging on the season, but he's definitely got one so far already. I didn't see the early going, so he may have a second. I'm not sure.
So it looks like we're going to have a foul on Berman. And that was a case where the ref got the first one and didn't get Jones's retaliation. So the foul was on Berman.
I didn't see exactly what had happened, but I did see.
Now they're exchanging words.
I did see where Berman had.
So Coach Hoffman picks up a technical here. Things are getting quite chippy. So Coach Hoffman picks up a technical, and the teammates of Kobe Jones Green are having to hold him back from talking to Berman about a foul that was called on Berman. So.
Yeah, well, there was an exchange between Berman and him as Berman headed to the box to get ready to set up for the free throw. And I did notice in a couple of the earlier screens, as Berman was working through some of the screens, he gave a little shove, which kind of pushed the guy into another guy. There was nothing major, nothing flagrant, but obviously the Blue Devils have not taken kindly to it, and I think the referees need to get this game under control, because there's some bad blood seemingly between these two.
Yeah, Greencastle's having a not so good season. They're sitting at 2-8. They're playing their rivals. This is, Waynesboro Greencastle is a big rivalry. Jones Green's first attempt is off the mark.
So he's just shooting regular foul shots right here. This was his original intent for the two fouls that were called on Berman. And then the technicals, I'm not sure how that's going to all work out. Yeah, so now the technical fouls are going to be shot. That was a 1-and-1. He missed it. So this is the technical. And they should get the ball back, I guess, after, I hope, only 2 free throws?
Yeah, there will be 2 free throws here.
I wasn't sure if there was more than one technical called.
So the first shot for Lewis is off the mark. There seems to be a little bit of a lag here on our stream, so we apologize for that. You're getting an audio first as Lewis misses his second. And the score now, after all of that, 26-17, Indian way, 3:23 to go in the first half. Blue Devils inbound the ball. Lewis guarded by Ryan. Kicks it over to Echo. He's going to try a 3. It's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Brown of the Indians. They push back the other direction quickly. Tried to go inside to Campbell, who lost the handle. Blue Devils back the other way quickly. Lewis pushes down the middle of the floor. Pitches it over to Freeman. And that's going to be a 2-pointer for Freeman that is good.
Strong take to the basket and laid it in over all of the bigs of Waynesboro there.
So 30-second timeout for Coach Lewis of Greencastle. The Indians are up 26-19 with 2:51 to go here in the first half.
So with that melee that occurred there, I'm not sure how. I guess Coach Huffman must have said something that the referee didn't like. I didn't see that exchange, but you said the technical was on Coach Hoffman.
So the technical was on Coach Hoffman. He was arguing that Berman was pushed and was not allowed to go through his normal path of travel because Kobe Jones stepped in front. I could read his lips from over here, and that's kind of what he was saying.
Gotcha.
And the ref didn't like either the tone or how many times he was saying it.
Before all the mayhem broke out, that you kind of thought that the referee had got the second guy instead of the guy that started it. So I'm sure that's what Coach was not exactly happy about.
So back to action here as the Indians are up 7. Ryan.
On the last possession, Waynesboro definitely got the look they were looking for. Unfortunately, unable to knock it down.
Alvarez shoots an air ball for the Indians. Good pass by Freeman inside. The kick out. Freeman now has the ball again. Mid-range jumper off the mark. Rebounded by Alvarez. Pitches ahead to Ryan. And his two-pointer is going to be good. Indians now up 7 with a little over a minute to go in the first half. Brown pokes it away from behind. All right. Looks like Ryan tried to flop there and get a foul after the whistle, but ref didn't buy that one.
Didn't see exactly what happened. We have some obscure vision on our courtside view here.
Blue Devils with the ball now, a little under a minute in the first half.
Oh, that was a double dribble.
Brown steals it away from Echo. Good pass by Brown. Sims, his shot's going to be blocked by Miller. Miller pitches it ahead the other direction to Freeman. Ryan blocks the shot and comes up with the rebound. And he's going to come back the other direction. His two-pointer's off the mark. Blue Devils back the other way. Freeman with a 3, off the mark. Rebounded by Gasco of the Indians.
Good hustle rebound
We're
by
at 15 seconds in the first half. And that's going to be a charge on Aiden Campbell of the Indians. That'll be his second foul of the evening. And we have a little under 13 seconds to go here in the first half as the Indians are up 28-21.
Well, if the Blue Devils can get a basket here, I would have to say they should be feeling pretty happy about the first half. Even without a basket, probably, but with a basket, especially.
We're 5 seconds here. Indians come up with a steal. Ryan's going the other way, and that's a 2 for Ryan of the Indians at the buzzer. So our final score of the first half is 30-21 Indian favor. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with the halftime show. This is F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com and thesportspage.blog.
Jerry Maguire, a great movie with a great line, "Show me the money!" And right now at Keystone Ford, we're showing you the money on trucks and SUVs. The Versatile Escape has 0% for 60 months. This won't last, so go to KeystoneFord.com and find one today.
At Horace Mann, we believe educators are taking care of our children's future and deserve to have someone help them take care of theirs. That's why we're here, to help educators protect what they have today with quality, affordable insurance and prepare for tomorrow with a variety of financial solutions. Visit your Greencastle representative, Jeff Coons, at 140 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, or call 717-597-4532. Horace Mann, founded by educators for educators.
You can count on Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle for all your heating and cooling needs. Same-day service, free estimates, 24-hour emergency services, and free second opinions. Phone 717-597-9900 or visit us online at premierhvacpa.com. Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, your local heating and air conditioning professionals.
Let the proven experts at Greencastle Notary Services handle your vehicle title and tag needs for Pennsylvania and Maryland. Instant registration for Pennsylvania, ATV and boat registration for Pennsylvania only. Greencastle Notary Services can take care of all your vehicle documentation needs. Greencastle Notary Services is conveniently located in downtown Greencastle near the post office at 38 East Baltimore Street. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 10. Phone 717-597-3600.
Bring your acapella and unplugged talent to Ice Fest for open mic at the new Franklin County 1130 Center on Saturday, February 2nd at 4:30 p.m. Bring your family and friends to cheer you on. The winner of open mic at Ice Fest will be invited to round 1 of acapella and unplugged in June at the Capitol Theater. No registration fee. More on open mic and Ice Fest at explorefranklincountypa.com or by
over 100. The office has a complete optical department with a wide variety of frames for adults and children. Conveniently located in the John Grove Medical Center off Exit 5 along I-81, Greencastle Eye Care Center is your family eye care provider. Always accepting new patients. Call us at 717-597-7708.
Turn your house into a home at Franklin Hardware and Pet Center. We specialize in pet supplies, lawn care, and hunting, camping, and fishing supplies. Franklin Hardware and Pet Center, 1975 Philadelphia Avenue, Chambersburg. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Phone 717-263-2624.
This is Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils basketball on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Jerry Maguire, a great movie with a great line. Show me the money! And right now at Keystone Ford, we're showing you the money on trucks and SUVs. The Versatile Escape has 0% for 60 months. This won't last, so go to KeystoneFord.com and find one today.
At Horace Mann, we believe educators are taking care of our children's future and deserve to have someone help them take care of theirs. That's why we're here, to help educators protect what they have today with quality, affordable insurance and prepare for tomorrow with a variety of financial solutions. Visit your Greencastle representative, Jeff Coons, at 140 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, or call 717-597-45.
All right, so welcome back here to the halftime show. We're going to cut things a little short here as we were trying to fix some of our technical difficulties. So you're getting a brief version of our halftime show a little bit. Let's start with the Blue Devils and just talk about how this game is definitely different than the last one where they lost by almost 20.
Absolutely. You know, there's no doubt that the Blue Devils have to be pretty happy with where they're at right now. They could have only had a 7-point deficit. The turnover there at the end was definitely, I think, a frustrating factor. They had a chance to get it to potentially 5 points at halftime. One of the things that they've been able to do is break the press, and I think that Freeman is a very good ball handler for the Blue Devils, and he's been able to handle that press largely. And they've gotten several fast break points off of the press as well in transition from what we saw and what we're able to see in the little bit we were able to see some of the game here this evening. But I'd say their ability to handle the press has definitely given them a fighting chance here tonight.
So now we'll hop over to the Blue Devils, and we didn't get to talk about the keys to the game, but one of the keys to the game was pace. The Blue Devils want to play at a fast pace, but I don't know that this is playing into their favor as much as I thought it would if it was at this pace, because this game's pretty fast right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that I'm surprised that they've been able to kind of run with Waynesboro. And being able to run with Waynesboro, only down 9, is a little bit surprising. Like I said, if you know, Freeman would have had the ball there at the end of the half, I doubt it would have been a turnover. And we might have been looking at a 5-point game, which I think would have had Coach Huffman a little bit unhappy. Coach Lewis would have been probably pretty excited to be within 5 here at his home court, being that, you know, at this point the Blue Devils are, as you said earlier, 2-8, and we have 9-1. Is that correct?
8 or 7. 8 or 7. Sorry.
Okay. For the Indians. The Indians are.
They have 1 loss.
Yeah. So
whatever their number is.
8-1, 9-1, whatever it is. Obviously a basic reversal with even one better.
Right.
So yeah, I'd say that overall the Blue Devils have got to be thinking, let's continue to do what we've been doing, and it's been working for the most part. Again, even in that second quarter, what we saw was a lot of open missed threes. If some of those threes would have went down for them, this would be a different game as well.
So I think it's also another talking point here is going to be just quickly that I think the referees are going to get this one under control, and they're going to come out and they're going to call some tic-tac fouls. And I think the players, the coaches have probably talked about that. I'm curious to see how the players handle it, because especially for your Greencastle guys, they're sitting at 2-8. They know that they're probably not postseason bound. This is their championship against Waynesboro on their home court.
Yeah, no doubt. And, with what we've seen in the past by Kobe Jones-Green, I think he only has 2 fouls at this point. So this is the best foul situation we've seen in the 3 games we've watched of him, at least. I know we did 2 games of theirs earlier in the year of the Christmas or the opening tip tournament in Chambersburg, and he got in foul trouble in both of those instances. So far tonight, he's been able to, at least from what I can recall, and again, I don't have the perfect stats here tonight, being that we missed so much, but I believe he only has 2 fouls.
Yeah, I do think that that's what he has. We're not going to head to another break. We're going to try to avoid any technical difficulties that we can. We're just going to stay here for action as we get set to kick off the second half of action.
Well, as for Waynesboro, real quick, I think that triangle and 2 has definitely worked well for Greencastle at this point, and what the Indians need to do is pass out of that and get some open guys, open looks. There's been open looks, and some of those role players need to just knock down some of those shots.
So we're back to action here in the second half as the Indians are up 30-21. Indians pressuring the ball pretty well here to start the second half. Noblet with the ball up top for the Blue Devils. Lewis now has the ball. Reverses around the perimeter. Pick and roll. Hit the guy in the corner, and that's going to be an air ball for Cole of the Blue Devils as Alvarez pulls down the rebound. And that's going to be a foul on Lewis of the Blue Devils. And that will be his second foul of the evening as the Indians will inbound with 7:19 to go here in the third quarter.
I think that was kind of a tic-tacky call, but I do also think, as you said, these referees are going to try to get a hold of the game and not let things like that escalate into more issues.
So that was a steal by Miller, who missed the 2 on the other end, and Alvarez got the rebound, come back the other way, and a good pass to Campbell as he knocks down a 3 and extends the lead to 12 for the Indians. Indians in their press. Freeman comes back the other way for the Blue Devils. Over to Miller. That pass is going to be taken away by Berman. Ryan penetrates the other direction. Good pass by Berman inside to Clever. And that 2-pointer is off the mark, and that's going to be a foul on Berman of the Indians. If Clever just turned the other way, he had a wide open left-handed layup.
Yeah, that was, a good hustle play by Berman. He was over the back, and it was definitely a good call. But definitely a good hustle play by him in an attempt to try to get that rebound.
Lewis brings the ball up the court, guarded by Ryan.
Yeah, if they're going to let him bring the ball up the court, I think that's exactly what needs to happen. Ryan needs to give him some major pressure, see if he's capable of breaking that pressure.
Freeman drives baseline, cut off by Berman. And the 2-pointer is off the mark for Noblet as Clever comes down with the rebound for the Indians, and they go back the other direction. Berman over to Ryan. Thought about shooting it. The Blue Devils are still in that triangle in 2. Campbell for 3 from Berman, and that's his second 3 in a row. And they don't want to see Campbell get hot tonight.
No, and that's exactly what we were just talking about, the role players being able to step up and knock down open shots out of that 2-3 triangle in 2, I should say, I'm sorry. Triangle in 2, and that's exactly what they did. Found the open man the last 2 possessions, and Campbell's knocked them down.
So the Indians have broken this one open a little bit as the lead's now at 15, and Coach Lewis is going to call a timeout with 5:40 to go here in the 3rd period. So, you know, the 3rd quarter, Coach Hoffman always says, is a quarter that you want to win. You want to win coming out of breaks, half times, timeouts, things like that. And that's just what the Indians have done here. And they've done it by limiting the Blue Devils to 1-shot attempts, making their layups, hitting a couple threes, and just playing some fundamentally sound basketball here for the most part to start the second half.
And unfortunately for the Blue Devils, they've missed some really easy layups. They had a good open look in the corner for 3 that was an air ball. So unfortunately, the scoring isn't keeping pace at this point, which we kind of anticipated would maybe eventually happen. Great pass.
Blue Devils back the other way, and that's going to be a pass from Freeman to Miller for an easy 2 out of the timeout. Alvarez drives baseline, good Euro step off the mark. Clever comes down with the rebound and puts it back in for 2 as the Indians are now back up 15. Cole with the ball for the Blue Devils. Over to Lewis, who's guarded by Ryan. Blue Devils swing the ball around the perimeter. That's going to be a foul on Ryan as Lewis tried to drive baseline, and Ryan gave him a little bit of body contact there.
One of the things the Indians have done pretty well here tonight is also play Freeman really strong. They've pretty much had a good pass by Freeman, but Freeman hasn't been able to do a whole lot scoring-wise with basically Berman and/or I can't think of his name, I'm sorry, Brown, Jerem, guarding him. 2 of the better defenders on guards has kind of really slowed his offensive output.
Freeman back the other way, and he missed a layup that was rebounded by Hunter Clever of the Indians. So Alvarez tried to go baseline, and that's going to be a blocking foul called on Anderson of the Blue Devils. And that will be his 3rd foul. He'll stay in the game as the Indians inbound underneath their own bucket. Indians reverse the ball around the perimeter. That's a 3 by Ryan, and that's going to be good as the Indians are now up 41-25 midway through the 3rd quarter.
So Kegan, I was out of town for the Christmas tournament. You have to fill me in quick on who were the leading scorers in that.
As Lewis hits a deep 3 for the Blue Devils.
Answering Ryan's 3 for sure.
Your traditional, Alvarez and Ryan were a short answer. Not sure what it was.
I was wondering if I didn't know if they had either had a big breakout or it was pretty typical 19, 20-point game.
I think all of their games were around 19, 20 for both of them. Alvarez won the MVP, and Ryan got honorable mention. As Anderson's 3 is off the mark, the Blue Devils come back the other direction.
The reason I ask that is because at this point, Ryan has 17 points and may be looking at his career high.
So Anderson got a rebound, and it looks like we're going to have a foul on Hunter Clever as he'll pick up his 3rd and go to the bench. And
Alvarez is going to the bench as well.
Schaefer will check in, number 31 for the Indians. Freeman guarded by Berman and Brown. Passes out of the trap. Noblet for 2 for the Blue Devils. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Anderson, but he's going to be out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Indians up 41-28 with 3:12 to go here in the third quarter. Looks like the Blue Devils are now just in a regular 2-3.
With Alvarez out of the game, they've definitely come out of that triangle in 2. I think it's time for some open looks here. Move the ball.
Campbell thought about it, and then he takes a deep 2. It's going to be off the mark. Rebounded
Great
by Berman.
hustle. Right, hustle.
And that is a great hustle. That's a Derek Berman play. That's what we're going to start calling those.
Absolutely.
That's a Derek Berman play.
Knock the ball out of the rebounder's hand, scramble for the ball, outfight 2 Blue Devils, and knock it off of them to retain possession.
So the Indians will maintain possession, stay underneath their own bucket, and Berman tries to cap it off, and he does with a 3 from the corner, assisted by Ryan, as the Indians are now up 44-28 with 2:35 to go here in the third quarter.
I'm not sure how many of those he shot this year, but it looks like he could shoot some more.
Jones Green with a quick 2 on the other end to cut the lead to 14 for the Blue Devils. Ryan, a deep 3, and that's going to be good from the volleyball line.
Yeah, that was very deep, and you could tell he was quite happy to shoot it. They weren't going to guard him. He was going to be happy to take it, and that does make number 20 for him on the evening already.
So Brown knocks the ball out of bounds for the Indians, and Indians lost their guy. And a wide open 3 was missed by Lewis. Anderson was not able to handle the pass inside as the Indians come back the other direction. Berman over to Campbell. And that's his third 3 of the quarter. Aiden Campbell for 3 as the Indians are now up 20 with the score at 50-30 with under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Freeman down the middle. That's going to be a foul on Aiden Campbell. That will be his third foul.
Well, I tell you, on that last possession by the Blue Devils, Freeman had a strong rebound, a good pass, and unfortunately the guy couldn't handle it down low, which led to the turnover. And here, again, Freeman able to break the press, go strong to the hole and catch a foul, see if he is able to knock down the 2 after this timeout.
So Coach Hoffman of the Indians is going to call a timeout here. He's going to take a full timeout as the Indians are up 20 with the score being at 50-30 with 1:37 here to go in the third. So the Indians have really broken this one open.
6 3-pointers in this quarter so far.
So yeah, I mean, that's going to be a long quarter for the opposing team.
That's a recipe for success if you're an Indian fan, and if you're a Blue Devil fan, that is not what you want to see when they only have 1 3 on the other end.
So, and I think something to pay attention to here is that the Indians did that without Alvarez playing a big part.
No, Alvarez didn't score at all during that entire time. He actually, I mean, according to this is very well could be inaccurate, but I believe he has 5 points this evening. Could have had 7, missed the dunk. Could have very easily laid that in probably and had an extra couple at least there.
So the Indians are really doing a good job defensively on Freeman as he has 4, and he misses the first there.
Yeah, I think that Berman and Brown have done an outstanding job so far on him and really slowed his ability to work with the ball, get assists, even rebounds. And what we'd seen in the previous games, he was rebounding strong for a 6-foot point guard. Had a couple rebounds here tonight, but I think they've really taken his ability to be effective away tonight.
Freeman's second attempt is good, as the lead is now at 19 for the Indians. It looks like the Blue Devils are now matched up man-to-man. Ryan gets the Indians organized.
I have a very young lineup in right now. Good, strong take.
It's 2-pointer is good by Jaron Brown. Blue Devils back the other way quickly, and that's going to be a foul on Garrett Hare of the Indians. And I think he called it on the floor, so it's going to be a spot foul. The Blue Devils will inbound underneath their own bucket. As the Indians are up 21, largest lead of the game. Lewis is going to take a three, and that's going to be good. As the lead's now at 18. Blue Devils back the other, or the Indians, excuse me, back the other direction. We're now under a minute in the third quarter.
Again, I'm not sure how accurate my records are, but from what I've seen tonight, that's only the second three by the Blue Devils, and both of them are by Lewis.
Brown looks to go one-on-one. Over to Ryan. Good pass over to Bryce Schaefer, and he's going to take a three, and that's going to be good. Bryce Schaefer, his first three of the season is good. As the Indians are now up 21, Blue Devils back the other direction quickly. Inside to Jones Green, loses the handle. First shot attempts off the mark, second shot attempts off the mark. And they're going to call a jump ball.
It should be Indian ball.
And that will be Indian ball as the Blue Devils got the ball at half. And it looks like Coach Lewis is going to put on a full court press for the Blue Devils. 16 seconds to go here. Indians up 21 in the third.
And that's why I'm not sure I full court press the Indians if you're just going to be able to easily hand it in to Cole and he's going to dribble the whole way up the court with no real pressure.
Yeah. So there was a foul there on the play. Not sure who that one was on. It's going to be Anderson's fourth foul of the evening. He's got one more to go. 10 seconds to go for the Indians. Gaskill attacks the bucket off the mark, rebounded by Brown. Out to Ryan, who's going to put up a three off the mark as time's going to expire. And we are at the end of the third quarter. So at the end of the third quarter, the score is 55-34, Indian favor. This is F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com and thesportspage.blog.
Bear with us as we're having a little technical difficulty here yet again. Trying to get our sponsors to sponsor us.
Jerry Maguire, a great movie with a great line. Show me the money! Right now at Keystone Ford, we're showing you the money on trucks and SUVs. We have 0% APR for 60 months and up to $3,250 cash back on F-150s. Go to KeystoneFord.com and find one today.
Banking done your way. It's more than just words to F&M Trust. It's a real commitment to you. F&M Trust is more flexible, more responsive, and a lot more satisfying to work with. So if your bank hasn't been doing things your way, visit fmtrustonline.com.
Bring your acapella and unplugged talent to Ice Fest for open mic at the new Franklin County 1130 Center on Saturday, February 2nd at 4:30 p.m. Bring your family and friends to cheer you on. The winner of Open Mic at Ice Fest will be invited to round one of acapella and unplugged in June at the Capitol Theater. No registration fee. More on Open Mic at Ice Fest at explorefranklincountypa.com or by contacting 866-646-8060.
All right, welcome back here as we are about a minute through the fourth quarter. As you saw, Alvarez miss a pair inside, and Clever came down with the rebound and was fouled by Echo of the Blue Devils as he picked up his first foul. The Indians are up 21, 55-34 with 7:08 to go here in the fourth quarter. Clever's first attempt is off the mark for the Indians as Noblet checks in for the Blue Devils. Clever will step to the line for his second attempt. And that attempt is good, as the Indians are now up 22. Blue Devils back the other way quickly. Indians trap the corner. Noblet's going to take a three, and that's going to be good for the Blue Devils. The lead's now at 19 for the Indians. Blue Devils are in man. Clever ball fakes, reverses it around. Alvarez now looks to go middle, loses the handle. Stolen by Freeman of the Blue Devils, and they come back the other way quickly. Noblet, another three, and that is good. 2 threes to start the quarter for Noblet, as the lead is now at 16 with 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, six quick points. Definitely will bring them right back. That is, I believe, Noblet's only points of the game so far.
Ryan with the ball up top. It looks like the Indians are going to play a little bit of the clock. Indians reverse it around. Alvarez now has it up top. The Indians are definitely playing a little bit of the clock.
With some of their close fourth quarters, I'd say that's a good play. Oh, great pass by Berman.
Good cut, great pass by Berman, as the lead's now at 18 for the Indians. Back the other way, Noblet for three again, and that is good. 3 for 3 to start the fourth period for Noblet, as the lead is now at 15 for the Indians with 5:30 to go.
Again, you don't have to keep pace with Noblet's threes. What they have to do is stop you from scoring layups or shooting free throws. And I think that's what we're trying to see here. Coach come out and establish a plan for the fourth quarter when you're leading big.
So Greencastle is not Northern, who's leading the division right now, but I think the Indians learn from that experience, and hopefully we see them be able to play through that lead here. As we're going to have a foul on Cole of the Blue Devils, and Hunter Clever, we're still not at 1-1. So it'll be Indian basketball under their own bucket.
That's a perfectly acceptable play. That's what you want, is you want fouls at this point. Let them foul you. If not, let the clock tick.
Indians swinging the ball around the perimeter, go inside to Alvarez, who takes a two, and that's going to be an air ball from about 3 feet. And Blue Devils back the other way. Lewis off the mark, Noblet off the mark. Pulled down by Berman, comes back the other way quickly. Alvarez thought about a three. The Indians are playing foul line layup here with about 4:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Indians are up 15. Good crossover by Alvarez. 2-pointers off the mark.
Not sure why he didn't use his left hand. We know he has one.
Steal by Berman, passed over to Alvarez. And Alvarez has to thank Berman there for getting that one back for him as Noblet comes the other direction.
Well, another steal by Berman.
Steal by Berman. Splits the double team, goes the other direction. Over to Ryan, who's going to pull it out and get things settled down for the Indians, as the Indians are up 60-43. Alvarez, 2 missed layups, 3 missed layups.
I think the first one there was a little bit of contact, but one of those nights where the ball doesn't want to go in the hole for Alvarez.
Alvarez is definitely hearing it from the crowd, and you know, I can laugh a little bit because I know deep down inside Alvarez is probably laughing at himself a little bit as well, because those are gimmies, and he makes those any other night.
Yeah, he just can't unlock the rim tonight. I'm not sure. Some nights you have this, and tonight's one of those nights. Thankfully, it's a 17-point lead, and hopefully it's not going to matter much in the end.
One good thing, you know, a lot of times when your best player struggles, so do you as a whole, but the Indians have proven that that is not the case so far, as Alvarez has struggled a couple different times, at least in the scoring column.
Absolutely.
But they've still won those games.
The one game, Northern, he did struggle in, and they did not win.
Well, they were up.
But he also had foul trouble that whole game as well.
Yeah. So we'll see here if the Indians can close this 17 with 3:45 to go in the fourth, as Clever will step to the line to shoot 2. And Clever's first attempt is good. Second attempt is good as well, as the lead is now at 19 with 3:45 to go. Lewis brings the ball up the court for the Blue Devils. Lewis guarded by Ryan. Over to Freeman, inside to Echo Jones. Good move, that's going to be off the mark as Clever pulls down the rebound for the Indians. Ryan the other direction.
Not a lot going on there, but in truth, a lot going on right there. In that Cole went and actually took the ball from him. When you can't, that's what you do. If your big man's having trouble, you run to him and make him give you the ball. So we'd seen earlier in the season that not necessarily happening. So it's good to see as we get a little further along, he's starting to realize that I just need to go get the ball.
So Brown drove baseline there and was fouled as he will head to the line to shoot 2.
Strong take when I was talking with, was it Campbell that went to the whole Strong or Clever?
Clever.
And got blocked?
Got blocked by Miller of the Blue Devils. So Brown's first attempt at the line is off the mark. Indians up 19 with 3:05 to go, as he'll step to the line for his second attempt. Second attempt is off the mark, rebounded by Clever. That's going to be blocked again by Miller of the Blue Devils. That's 2 possessions in a row that Miller's blocked Clever's shot.
Good hustle, though, and it's still going to be maintaining possession for the Indians. However, we do need the Indians to knock down easy free throws down the stretch.
As they look to probably get the ball in Ryan's hands. Drives down the middle, and that's going to be an easy 2-point layup for Ryan as he goes down the middle and extends the lead to 21 for the Indians. Freeman with the ball up top for the Blue Devils. Stolen by Brown, who's going to go back the other direction. And he is fouled by Miller.
I didn't see the outcome, but I heard the thud. He
knocked the wind out of himself.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe the wind got knocked out of him.
So Miller is up as the crowd gives him a hand. Brown's going to step to the line here at some point and shoot 2 free throws as the Indians are up 21 with 2:41 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Bit of discussion here, I think, about maybe who's shooting free throws. After Brown missed the last 2, I don't think we'd be trying to put Brown on the line if it wasn't indeed his foul shots to shoot.
Yeah, I might have walked around and said, I don't think I'm supposed to shoot these ones. First is off the mark.
We may have to look up his free throw percentage to see how he's doing on the year, and coach may have to put him in some extra drills and practice.
So Berman and Clever looks like they'll take their final seed of the night as the Indians are up 21 with 2:41 to go. Brown's second attempt at the line is good. Noblet with the ball up top for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils run a little pick and roll action. Lewis for three. It's going to be off the mark. And that is going to be out of bounds on the Blue Devils. It'll be Indian ball. Ryan with the ball for the Indians. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Hare now has the ball trapped in the corner. Tries to get it out to Ryan.
Double team comes.
Gaskill for three. That's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Brown. Cole does a good job of getting the ball there. Not a good job of shooting it.
No.
But so it's going to be out of bounds on the Indians as Caleb Ellis checks in for the Indians, as well as Reese Broel and Ethan Lohman. So Coach Hoffman has emptied the bench. They tried to go with 6 guys on the floor, but didn't work.
A lot of guys want to get in and get some extra time and get some points on the board.
So the Indians are up 65-43 with just under 2 minutes to go here in the game. Blue Devils go inside to Jones Green. He loses the handle. The Indians come back the other way quickly. Garrett Hare, 2-pointer off the mark, rebounded by Caleb Ellis. Kicked out to Gaskill. He's going to take a three. That's going to be off the mark. Loose ball is on the floor, and it's going to be a tie-up jump ball, and that'll go to the Blue Devils.
I thought we were going rugby for a moment there, but no such luck.
So Blue Devils will inbound. Oh, sorry, it's Indian ball. I guess they didn't call it jump ball.
Not sure.
So that's going to be deflected off of Kobe Jones Green, and Reese Broel catches it out of bounds. So it'll be Blue Devil ball.
Bit of an odd play.
Blue Devils back the other way with just over a minute to play. Inside to Kobe Jones Green, and he's going to score 2 points to get the lead back at 20 as the Indians come the other direction with just under a minute to go here in the game. Inside to Ellis, tries to dump it off to Hare, and that's going to be stolen as the Blue Devils come back the other direction. The three-point attempt is off the mark for the Blue Devils. Rebounded by Gaskill, and he pitches ahead to Ellis.
Oh!
And he dribbles it out of bounds.
The Indian sideline was ready to go crazy, and unfortunately couldn't make it happen.
So Caleb Ellis will stay probably scoreless for the evening after that one. As the Indians are up 20 with under 20 seconds to go here in the game.
No, not going to happen.
Kobe Jones Green, that's going to be a three-pointer, is off the mark, rebounded by a Blue Devil. Three-pointer for the Blue Devils off the mark, and that's going to be the ball game.
So the final score was 65-45. 20-point victory by the Indians.
We're going to take a quick break and be right back with our post-game show. This is F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com and thesportspage.blog.
Banking done your way. It's more than just words to F&M Trust. It's a real commitment to you. F&M Trust is more flexible, more responsive, and a lot more satisfying to work with. So if your bank hasn't been doing things your way, visit fmtrustonline.com.
Jerry Maguire, a great movie with a great line. Show me the money! And right now at Keystone Ford, we're showing you the money on trucks and SUVs. The Edge has 0% for 60 months plus $1,500 cash back. So go to KeystoneFord.com and find one today.
When it comes to choosing a venue and caterer for your special day, choose Blue Heron Events from Scratch Catering to ensure your event is perfect in every way. Free tastings are available prior to planning your celebration, and you'll reap the benefits of 25 years of experience from our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Your perfect venue for weddings, banquets, receptions, birthdays, and corporate events. Blue Heron is constantly upgrading facilities to better serve our community. Check out our great Google reviews. Phone 717-830-2261. Blue Heron Events from Scratch Catering, 407 South Washington Street, Greencastle.
At Summit Sports Medicine, we understand that injuries often don't happen during business hours. That's why I, Dr. Brad Connor, am here for you when you need it. I'll use my advanced training in sports medicine to get you back to what you love, safely. An injury doesn't have to sideline your sports career. For the expert care you deserve, call Summit Sports Medicine, day or night, at 1-844-SHS-TEAM. Again, that's 1-844-SHS-TEAM. Our team is here for you.
We at the Owls Club, 87 West Main Street, Waynesboro, proudly support the Waynesboro Indians basketball team, as well as academic and all sports endeavors throughout the year at Waynesboro Area Senior High School.
You can count on Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle for all your heating and cooling needs. Same-day service, free estimates, 24-hour emergency services, and free second opinions. Phone 717-597-9900 or visit us online at premierhvacpa.com. Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, your local heating and air conditioning professionals.
Bring your acapella and unplugged talent to Ice Fest for open mic at the new Franklin County 1130 Center on Saturday, February 2nd at 4:30 p.m. Bring your family and friends to cheer you on. The winner of Open Mic at Ice Fest will be invited to round 1 of acapella and unplugged in June at the Capitol Theater. No registration fee. More on Open Mic at Ice Fest at explorefranklincountypa.com or by contacting 866-646-8060.
Antrim Diesel is ready to serve all your diesel needs. We provide everything from state inspections to complete repair of diesel-powered vehicles. We offer repairs for commercial trucks, industrial passenger cars, agriculture, marine, and light trucks. Richard Price and his staff have been providing quality service, competitive pricing, and valued customer care for over 25 years. Antrim Diesel, 47 Commerce Avenue, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-7963.
Let the proven experts at Greencastle Notary Services handle your vehicle title and tag needs for Pennsylvania and Maryland. Instant registration for Pennsylvania, ATV and boat registration for Pennsylvania only. Greencastle Notary Services can take care of all your vehicle documentation needs. Greencastle Notary Services is conveniently located in downtown Greencastle near the post office at 38 East Baltimore Street. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 10 to 1. Phone 717-597-3600.
Mondor Pharmacy in St. Thomas and Mercersburg, and McLaughlin's Drugstore of McConnellsburg, your friendly neighborhood pharmacy. Free delivery and drive-through at all 3 locations. We carry Willow Tree products as well as other gift items. Mondor Pharmacy of St. Thomas and Mercersburg, and McLaughlin's Drugstore of McConnellsburg. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
At Horace Mann, we believe educators are taking care of our children's future and deserve to have someone help them take care of theirs. That's why we're here, to help educators protect what they have today with quality, affordable insurance and prepare for tomorrow with a variety of financial solutions. Visit your Greencastle representative, Jeff Coons, at 140 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, or call 717-597-4532. Horace Mann, founded by educators for educators.
All right, welcome back to tonight's postgame show. The postgame show is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street, Waynesboro. Again, the final score of tonight's game was 65-45. We'll start with some highlighted player stats from each team, and I'm going to hand it over to my colleague to give you some of the stats that we were able to get tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is 100% accurate here this evening, but for the Blue Devils, it looked like Lewis finished with 9 points. I saw 6. I do believe he had 3 prior to, apparently. So I thought he only had 2 threes, must have had 3 threes on the evening, which totaled 9. And then Taylor Noblet, you know, he came into that third quarter strong with 3 threes in a row and was, you know, trying to will the Blue Devils to hang in the game there in the third, but the third definitely proved to be the difference in the game. The other leading scorer for the Blue Devils was Ethan Miller with 8, but the story I think is really Freeman with only 5. He's their leading scorer with 12.2 on the year. So holding him to 5 was definitely a major factor. They also kind of held him off the boards, didn't get a lot of assists, which in what we had seen in the past, he was quite capable of rebounding strong for the Blue Devils and assisting as well, with Berman and Brown constantly harassing him throughout the night, playing strong D. They kind of kept him in check. As for the Indians, Ryan ended up with 22, had a strong game, I'd say, overall. Campbell had some major threes in that third quarter. He matched Noblet with 3 threes in the third, ended up with 17 points. And then Alvarez kind of had a down game with only 9 points. Missed a couple easy layups, missed a big dunk. I think was just kind of frustrated that the ball wouldn't go in the hole tonight. Still ended up with 9 points. Sat a good bit of the fourth quarter and a little bit of the third as well. So all in all, strong win for Waynesboro. I think this is probably what most of the, would have predicted the outcome, about a 20-point lead. It's what we saw the first couple times that we've seen them play each other.
So the big thing, the breakout was the third quarter. Talk a little bit about the third quarter and how the Indians broke that open. It was a flurry of threes from Campbell and...
Yeah, there was 7 threes in the third quarter by the Indians. That's 21 points just from threes by the Indians, whereas, the Blue Devils scored 13 total points in the third quarter. So, they outscored them in threes, not to mention the other points that, of course, they scored in that third. But again, that third quarter, the Indians scored 25 points. So 25 points in the third quarter, strong quarter. They had looks. Greencastle had layup looks. They missed layups. They had a couple 3 looks. Other than Noblet, they missed several other 3-point shots. They just couldn't keep pace with the scoring of the Indians as the Indians kind of broke the game open there in the third quarter. Like I said, scoring 25 points.
I don't think we want to leave out of the conversation, so I'll just add him in here. Derek Berman, spectacular.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
If we're playing pickup, he's somebody I want on my team.
Oh, absolutely.
If we're not playing pickup and we're playing real organized, he's somebody I want on my team. He makes Berman plays. We're going to probably start calling them those for the rest of the year.
Well, you've told me that he's a soccer guy, and the hustle, the nonstop running, that definitely, I can see that without any issue. He hustles nonstop. He plays unselfish basketball. In that third quarter, Alvarez had 4 points in the third quarter, and I'm sorry, in the fourth quarter, Alvarez had 4 points, and they both came on Alvarez off of Berman. One was a steal assist, and the other was a nice cut by Alvarez, no doubt about it. But again, the assist from Berman on that on both of his baskets in the fourth quarter. Not to mention the defense again that he played on Freeman, the constant hustle, the steal.